Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Win with Will. This is my channel where we follow my dividend portfolio journey. This is going to be my update from my week 20 results, which was from 11/3 to 11/7. So I'll go ahead and jump right into the information. Thank you for joining me. But who am I and why am I here? Well, I started my channel to document my progress, to allow people to follow along with my journey, to see how things are going with these dividend portfolios, and see if it's even really worth your time to do the same strategy. Also, I wanted to let people see that you can start with a small account and work your way up versus all of the other YouTubers out here where you see they have these huge accounts with six figures in them and they're making, tens of thousands of dollars, and the average person can't really see themselves starting there. So I wanted to just allow people to see that you can start small and work your way up. Also, to show my friends and family how simple it is to start investing and teach my children financial education, but also help other parents teach their children as well. If you might not know where to start those conversations, you can use my channel as a launching point. And also to inspire others. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not any type of a investing guru or anything special. I always tell people I'm just a regular, everyday guy from the south side of Chicago that's looking to take control of my financial future, and you can do the same. But let's get into the legals because I don't want anyone coming for my head. I am not a financial advisor, as I said just a moment ago. The content shared here is for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do your own due diligence and understand that investing involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. And just realize that I'm just documenting my journey and my personal experiences so that you can follow along and see how things are going for me, which could potentially help you make better decisions for yourself. Now, let's talk about the goals with my portfolio. Short-term goal is to start earning $1,000 a month in dividend income. Close to that goal, and to have about $10,000 invested into my investment account. Midterm goal, $5,000 a month in dividend income, and I have about $50,000 invested. And long-term goal, six figures, $100,000 a year in dividend recurring income. So if you don't have goals, you never know when you've reached your destination. Now, I know what we're really here for. We want to look at the money. So let's take a look at how my results panned out this week. And so, again, this was updated as of this weekend, Saturday. And again, this is my week 20 results. So for this week, as of 11/8, I had earnings of $192.19. And so far, this brings my total accumulated earnings and my dividend earnings to $3,415.58, which is about a 42.59% earnings rate based off of the amount that I have invested into the account, which is about a little over $8,000 out of pocket. And if you are new to the channel, I did start this portfolio with about $5,000, gradually added a little more, up to about $8,000 out of pocket into the account. And then from here, I've just been pretty much just reinvesting the earnings each week back into the portfolio to keep the dividends coming at a pretty nice steady pace. So let's get into the actual funds. So I've got three Granite Shares funds, and as of now, all of my funds, as you can see, are weekly payers. So these pay out dividends each and every week. But also, the first thing that might jump out to a lot of you guys is the red going all across the board, which is the funds. The price of the funds have been gradually going down since I've been doing this project. Now, it's offset by the payout, so it's a little bit of a give and take, but just kind of based off what your strategy is for what you're looking for, that you can again look at my results and look at how things have been going for me over the last couple months to decide if this is something that makes sense for you. And again, I'll go into each one. So the fund that I have the most invested in is TSYY, and this is a fund that kind of follows Tesla stock and is designed to generate income for the investors. But as Tesla's doing better and better, or going down and down, this fund has its ups and downs as well. I have 530 shares now of TSYY. The average purchase price that I've bought my shares at is about $9.52, and the current price as of the time of this screenshot, or time I grabbed the pricing, it was down to $6.90. So I was at a loss of about 27% on the overall fund, but it paid out 20 cents per share this week, in which case I made $106 off of my TSYY funds. XBTY, this is a fund that follows Bitcoin, and as Bitcoin has its ups and downs, this fund goes up and has its ups and downs as well. Again, way down right now, far as based off the purchase price, and it's paying out 29 cents per share, in which case they paid me $5.80 this week. I've got 20 shares of XBTY. I haven't bought more from the time I started. NVYY, this fund follows Nvidia stock, and again, as Nvidia has its ups and downs, so does the NVYY. As of right now, I've got 49 shares of NVYY. Current price as of the time that I captured this was $21.78. Got $1,000.67 worth of NVYY shares, and it's paying out 44 cents per share as of last week, in which case I earned $21.56. Cool thing about these, all of the, I've got different days of the week now. I haven't talked about this, in which case it's pretty cool. There's different days of the week that I'm getting payouts. So all of these pay out on Tuesdays. OT pays out on Thursdays now. So OT is my next biggest holding. This is a yield max fund. It puts together groups of stocks to generate income for the investors. We've got 493 shares of OT. OT price right now is way down at $4.57, and it's still paying out about 8 cents per share right now, in which case I made $39.44 off OT. So Tuesday payout, Thursday payout, and now these pay out every Friday, Misty and SMCY. My Misty fund follows MSTR, which is a stock. They're heavily invested in Bitcoin and other tech type projects. I've got about 50 shares of Misty. Share price now is all the way down to $9.67. They recently changed from being a monthly pair to a weekly pair, so it does make sense that the fund price would have taken a nice dip from the time that they moved from monthly to weekly. But paying out 17 cents per share, made $8.50 off Misty. And then SMCY, which follows SMCI, which is a semiconductor company. Think about your computer processors and things like that. I bought a little bit more of SMCY this week. I've got 33 shares now. Average price that it's trading at now was $11.45. And I've got about $377 worth of SMCY. Paid out a nice 33 cents per share this week, which got me $10.89. So grand total this week with all of the various funds, roughly about the same as last week, $192.19 as of this week. In which case we want to look at now what I was talking about as far as the overall funds prices taking some huge losses from the time I've been investing in them. And as of right now, if you factor the price of the purchase price for all of the funds based off how many shares I have, this would be about $11,392.74, which would be the actual purchase price of all of the funds. And again, not just out of pocket, the 8,000 of it is out of pocket. The rest is from the amount that I've reinvested into the funds from the dividend earnings. But the actual value right now is down only $8,124.38. And if you look at my last week video, which I'll put at the end here, this is actually trending downward, even though I did a compound the earnings. The overall fund prices are still down because there was some big losses across the board with all of the programs. So as of right now, if you factor the amount of gain or loss of the overall account, the account is down $3,268.36 based off the purchase price of each of the funds. And again, some really huge losses with some of these, 50%, 40%. But $3,268.36 would be the overall decline from the fund. But if you factor the amount of earnings from the time I've started, it's pretty much canceling each other out. So it's pretty much at a break-even point at this time from where I started to where I'm at now. Hopefully, the ideal is that over time, as the overall markets, bounce back and start revving back up, that these funds will do the same. But there's a lot of loss across the board right now with all of the funds that I'm in. So every single one of them is in the negative. So again, hopefully the ideal is that, as I'm purchasing these at the lower rates, because that's what I'm doing, I'm reinvesting. So I'm buying them at the lower rates, which could potentially help out if these start to rebound and climb back up to where they were. So ladies and gentlemen, if you do like this type of content, if you can appreciate me showing these results, showing the process so that you can make more informed decisions, please, please, please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. When you do comment, I do really appreciate every single one of you. I do reply back to everyone's comments when they post on the channel. But also, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It helps us get the information to more and more people. So the interaction and the engagement really help a lot. So like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. And I always like to leave you guys with a motivational quote. Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. Colin Powell. It's not just a straight line to get to where you want to be. You have to go through the ups and downs. You have to put in the work. You have to learn. Sometimes people are afraid to make mistakes or have losses or have things that go against them. But that's the only way that you strive and overcome and realize that you can be better than where you were, because you understand that you can overcome things that you might not have even knew that you could. So success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. It's not just a straight line that's going to get you exactly where you want to be. You do have to go through the trials and the tribulations and the ups and downs. But as long as you persist and you don't quit, then you can ultimately get to where you want to be. So I really appreciate every single one of you for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. Again, I'll have my last week's results and my prior deep dive video here at the end that you can click on for more context. But other than that, you guys have an excellent, excellent rest of your day. Thank you.